Who am I? My name is Nishwakie. I make music in the Valley. I've been making music, I believe, for around 3 to 4 years now. I have a band. We tour around the Valley a lot. We just did our last show was at the Moroccan Lounge, and then we did one at Outstruct Fest, which was so much fun. But we make music. We make R&B, contemporary music, and we have a lot of fun doing it. So, and we love pushing art, and we love cross-genring between jazz, R&B, reggae, and also a lot of Caribbean influences. That's who I am. Originally, I'm actually from the Caribbean. I was born in St. Lucia, now I'm called St. Lucia, and then I moved to the Valley when I was like 15 or so, a couple years back. And it's been actually, well, we just crossed my 10-year anniversary of being in the Valley, of being in LA. Actually, it was like, today's the 17th, right? So it was 5 days ago, it's the 12th. So August 12th was my 10th year anniversary of being in LA. It's been such a ride. The influence that it has on me has been a lot of R&B music. I guess I didn't know or explore before I moved here. When I was in the Caribbean, it's more like reggae, soca music, calypso music, dancehall, reggaeton. But when we moved here, definitely got more into the swing of R&B. I started studying Whitney Houston, Usher, Neo, Erykah Badu. And as I got older, more hip hop, trap, Toby Lou, Smino, J. Cole, Jay-Z, Drake. I believe the influence has been more of the R&B reggae vibe for me. I guess right now our music is moving more into words. I guess I'm actually, well, my music right now, I feel like it's moving more towards a Caribbean influence. I think I'm going back in time trying to influence more of my roots into my music. So we're doing a lot more dancehall inspired, more reggae inspired, and more Afrobeat inspired music as of right now, just because I feel like that's just what I'm feeling at the moment. And I'm definitely been inspired a lot by the talent around me, the talent I get to see in the Valley. Doing the shows that we did with Outstruct, seeing everyone perform is amazing. Doing the Moroccan Lounge with the Redacted Collective, seeing everyone come together to put on shows, to be a part of a movement, I think that's just amazing, even to just participate. So that has inspired me to just continue going, like, until we see what happens with this, until it explodes. I think there's definitely a lot of opportunity here. I think as artists, we just have to be more vigilant in looking for those opportunities. In the Valley, I've experienced a lot of artists like go up and go down. They go up, they get hype, and they're chilling for a while, and they come back down, and they're just like still doing house shows and stuff like that. So it does fluctuate up and down. But I feel like the community it has built around, it's honestly one of the most like welcoming things I've seen. You could definitely, like, I went from playing one show at a park. Like, our first show that we started was in the July 4th park in Reseda, and that show, we started off with that show 50 people. Show was definitely like, we just went to the park and did it. Like, someone came, brought a PA generator, we did the show. By like, I guess I'd say like 9, 10 p.m., there's 200 people on this park because it blew up on TikTok. And it's insane. Now we're in trouble. People are popping fireworks. It's July 4th. Now the police are coming up, and then we get shut down. You know what I'm saying? So that was funny. That was a crazy experience for me. But it's just the fact that could happen. I feel like that's wild. That's an incentive. I feel like to these artists that if you're in the Valley or if you're in the LA area, like anything could happen. You could be doing something in the moment and it explodes. And I think we should always just fall back to our community. The only reason I'm able to do any of these shows, I did one show July 4th. After we did that one show on July 4th, we were booked out the entire year, like, and the years to come. People from that show would just continuously hit me up and be like, hey, we saw you live. Can you perform this place? Can you perform that place? And it's just like, it becomes a conveyor belt of just people pushing your art for you, pretty much. So I think there's that opportunity in the Valley where you just have to get out there. If you don't perform these shows, if you're not putting your music out, if you're not consistently just staying in the know or consistently staying in the community and giving back, I don't believe you're going to have these opportunities if you're not showing up to other people's shows when you just have some free time, or if you're not communicating. There's just so much opportunity, I think, out there. So once you join that community, I think you're going to realize that there's just a lot of support and a lot of opportunity out there for the music in the Valley. Wow. So I originally wanted to be an aerospace engineer. Like I was studying for that in school. I I went to high school. Like I took computer science my senior year of high school, and didn't really like it, but I continued it anyways. I then went to college to study computer science. Then I made the switch to electrical engineering, and then COVID happened, and then I dropped out of school. And then I was just like, you know what? I was already making music at the time, and it's definitely something I feel like I could do. Like, this is a skill set I have. I can sing, I can write good songs, I can, play a little bit of piano, and I can perform. So I was like, why not just do this anyways? And I started doing it. I think I fell more into the belief of like, you could definitely do this. Um, when you definitely hang around a lot of people in the scene, it makes you understand. It goes back to my earlier point. It makes you understand the fluctuation of things. Like, um, we usually see celebrities and artists as like something that's so untouchable that it's beyond. It's a human, like it's a it's something so extraordinary that we can't touch it. But when you hang out with these people in the valley and you hang out with them and you sit down, you have these conversations, you understand that they are just regular people like you and I. Just literally got an opportunity, paved the way for themselves, and then just took it. You have to be fully prepared for when the opportunity comes, and if you are fully prepared, then you have the potential to like reach greatness. But you have to be prepared. You have to have everything in order. You have to make sure that you're being consistent. And I think in today's age, it's just so possible. It's just so possible. We have an iPhone. We have TikTok. We have the algorithm. We have Instagram. Of course, all this stuff is annoying to be consistent at. Who wants to post content 7 times a day? Like that's a lot to do. If you have a 9 to 5, if you have kids, if you have other stuff you have to pay for, like that's a struggle in itself. Everyone's here is trying to grind and just trying to survive. We live in LA. The rent is expensive. But if you stay consistent, you put that time for your art, and if you believe in your art higher than the 9 to 5 that you're working, I think, I think there's no other way. There's no other belief. If as artists we don't like the 9 to 5, this is what we're trying to get away from. But if you have a higher belief in your art than you do have, I think in that 9 to 5, I think you should just run with that and keep pushing because there is possible. It's a lot of possibilities. People blow up every day, like every day on the internet, and it just takes the right eye. Like it takes one eye or one listening ear to recognize who you are and to literally give you an opportunity for a bigger stage. But yeah, that's what I think. But I started to believe in myself. I think more now, more recently. When we did the Moroccan Lounge show, there was more people than I expected to show up to that show, and it was just very like we hadn't performed also in a year. It was just very welcoming to be back and on the stage and then to see the turnout and to see our streams, to see the DMs that we receive on Really Drop New Music. That's like the belief system that keeps me going. And even when I get down and I have no and I start not believing in myself, or I have these doubts and these extra questions in my mind, when I'm sitting in a studio or when we're sitting working on music, even if it's just at my home in my bedroom, and I have people over, we discuss these things and we talk about it. And it's like you're not alone in these feelings. A lot of other people doing art feel the same way. And when we have the discussions, it's definitely more comforting when I approach these feelings again, like when they come back around. But yeah, that's when it happened for me.
I still have a couple more questions.
I think my purpose in music is to represent my culture and my background on a world stage. I believe and I believe to use my influence and my assets in the future to help those who are less fortunate, or to help those who need the help that they need, especially in the Caribbean right now, and not specifically St. Lucia, but definitely like to help my nation, St. Lucia, grow, to help all the people that need to be fed in there, and also just expand a bit more knowledge and positive influence in the Caribbean. I think we are behind in a bit of progression as a society, just not by our faults, just by the colonialism that we faced. That was just later on. We had a later onset of independence from the rest of the world. So a lot of that shows in the Caribbean and the culture today. But I definitely, yeah, want to be able to represent my island and also the people of the Caribbean on a world stage properly, so that we could get more eyes on us, more attention to us, and more of an empathetic, I think, value towards the people of the Caribbean. Because I feel like now, you ask anybody where St. Lucia is, no one really knows where it is. They're gonna be like, oh, it's like next to Jamaica. Like that doesn't make any sense. And the Caribbean is mostly just viewed as a vacation spot, and I don't like that. I don't like that it's just viewed as like, of course, we love tourism and we love, you get your island destination, but what it made me realize about going back to St. Lucia recently, I went back there last year for Christmas. Everyone talks about the American dream and fulfilling all these long-term goals, but when I was sitting on this island on the beach with the sunset, I was like, this feels more like the American dream than anything else. Is to be able to just like relax. And a lot of people view the Caribbean as just their escape for that, but no one's really talking about the culture that's there, the music that's there, like the people that's there that still need to eat, that are going to the same economical struggles that a lot of the rest of the world are facing. And I think that's just not talked about enough. So I definitely want to be able to have a positive influence on that with with my success, and be able to bring a lot of these struggles to the forefront and tackle them and have solutions for them when I do get to that status. Come to our show on the 17th of September. We have a show. It's going to be fucking amazing. It's going to be incredible. We have an insane lineup. There's going to be a lot of people there, a lot of good vibes. Support local artists. Do what you can to support local artists if you would like. We definitely are here just having fun, trying to make our dreams and our goals come through. But we definitely want to stay here and be a positive influence for everyone. So come out, come support local artists. Don't stop. Do not give up on your dreams. Doesn't matter how old you are. Some of this doesn't turn out until you're later in life, and it does happen, of course. But if you do not have the confidence and the belief in yourself, unfortunately, the hard fact is no one else is going to. And it just honestly just takes you to push and be more consistent with yourself, because you're the only guidance that you're going to have for the rest of your life. And I think you definitely, if you're going to do art, just do it. Just do it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a struggle. But either way, what else would you be doing with your life? Pretty much. Yeah, that's all I got to say.